There. Glad that you are here. Have you learned to hack your habits? It is something very interesting. Your habits define you. It is. It has been attributed to Aristotle as well as Will Durant. The quote, "Excellence is not a single act, but a habit. You are what you repeatedly do. Excellence, therefore, is not a single act, but a habit." And your habits defined by, I believe it was Gandhi that said, what you feel, you think. What you think, you say. What you say, you do. What you do repeatedly becomes a habit, and your habits become your destiny. And there's another famous quote that I enjoy a lot, or two more. One is from Carl Jung that states, "Until you bring the unconscious conscious, it will rule your life and you will call it fate." And the other one is from Carl Rogers, Positive Psychology, that states, it is a curious paradox of only when you fully accept who you are can you begin to start changing. And habits are ingrained. Habits are stuck in the unconscious. It is very difficult to gain control over your habits because the conscious mind deals with 5 to 7 bits of information every second. But there are millions of pieces of information coming at you from inside and out every second. You can only consciously manage 5 to 7. And I'll give you an example. Right now, maybe you're looking at the screen, possibly hearing what I'm saying. Maybe you're feeling the clothes on your skin. Maybe there's a certain temperature in the room that you're noticing right now. Possibly sounds outside of this video that you're hearing, or different sensations in the body, as maybe you feel in your left foot. And now certain aspects of what I was saying were in your conscious awareness, but others were completely outside of your conscious awareness until I mentioned it. How do you gain control over your habits? Your unconscious mind manages 95% of your life. Unconscious mind is mainly the area of your immune system, your emotions, your long-term memory, your fight or flight, reptilian brain, digestive, all the automated systems of the body. What's in your conscious awareness, conscious mind, it's decision-making, it is short-term memory, it is logical, it is mathematical, way more control, way more power inside of your unconscious mind than your conscious mind. So how do you gain control over it? First of all, it is important to notice what it is you want to change as a habit. And say we're talking about drinking alcohol. Maybe drinking alcohol has become a problem for you. Maybe so much so that you are actually identifying with the problem. You are calling yourself an alcoholic. You are telling yourself in your mind, I am an alcoholic. I am a daily drinker. When you identify with the action, it becomes part of your identity. And when it's part of your identity, you feel empty when you're not engaging in the act. It defines you. And the unconscious mind does not want to make a liar out of you. Therefore, if you define yourself as the act, there's a part of you that's going to want to always satisfy that definition. So it is interesting to start observing the way you identify yourself in your mind. What is the story that's going on? Is it, I come from a family of drinkers? Is it, I'm just a social drinker, I got it under control? Is it, I could quit whenever I want, I just don't want to quit? Whatever story you're telling yourself, it becomes important to notice that story in order to change it. So awareness and acceptance, as was stated by Carl Rogers, the curious paradox is once I fully accept myself as I am, I start to change. So awareness and acceptance are key. Then there's going to be some courage necessary to be able to face the difficulty of changing, because changing a habit is simple. You just change the habit, but it's not easy, because the unconscious is going to be coming back at you very quickly. As soon as you start to try and change, it's uncomfortable. And it's also scary for the unconscious mind. The unconscious mind, fight or flight, remember I mentioned reptilian brain, it hates change. It has brought you to a point of, this is how you are, this is who you are, this is how you define yourself. And as soon as you start changing that, the unconscious mind is fearful, regardless of the fact that changing is actually healthy or beneficial for you. It is unknown. There's a part of change that remains unknown for the unconscious mind. Thus, when the unconscious mind notices that you're trying to change, it is fearful of the change, and it will revert back to past practices. How do you tame the unconscious mind? How do you tame the reptilian brain? Well, I would actually not even focus on the bad habit that you want to change. I would actually simply start practicing different habits that are beneficial for you. Habits that will develop resilience, develop strength, give you ability to sit with the discomfort. My favorite go-to habit to start, I suggest to everybody, is cold showers. Deep breathing and cold showers. A la Wim Hof. You might know Wim Hof. If you know him, you know that this is the gateway to controlling the unconscious, controlling the reptilian brain, controlling the fight or flight. Because as you learn to sit with the discomfort, you will notice great pleasure as you succeed. Because cold water is such a boon. Cold water is so beneficial for the body. Bringing you with me here. I hope I don't lose you in the process. Cold water is actually a way for you to develop resiliency, mental resiliency, physical resiliency. Deep breathing as well, and it actually hacks into your dopamine system, the reward system of the body. The reward system that is responsible for your habits, because habit hacking is all about the dopamine. So as you're able to learn how to hack into your reward system, as you're able to learn how to manage those rewards and get your dopamine in naturally, instead of going with the bad habits, you're going to be that much closer. And that's, I guess, level one. Level one is the awareness. Level two is learning to sit with the discomfort. Level three is going to be going into your why. Why are you doing this? What is the purpose of this change? How are you going to feel once the change is active and you have succeeded in maintaining a new posture? Because when it does get difficult, you're going to have your why, remembering why you're doing this. And as you remember why you're doing this, logical levels of change, your why is on top of the pyramid. It will help you change everything that's below it. And below it is your identity. How do you identify? Your belief systems and your values are going to be able to be changed towards your why. Your capabilities are going to shift. Your actions are going to shift, and you're going to create a whole new environment for yourself because you went all the way on top and you focused on your why. So remember, awareness and acceptance, right? Getting comfortable with the uncomfortable, managing the reptilian brain, cold water, deep breath, and then focusing on your why to be able to change the way you perceive yourself. These are quick explorations into hacking your habits. Click follow if you like this. Put a thumbs up, maybe share with somebody, give me a comment, let me know how you feel about this video. I appreciate you a lot. Deep, deep gratitude, and know that I have a gratitude group every morning at 7 a.m. Eastern. We share gratitude and we focus on one purpose, one person's goal, and sending that person positive intentions in the Power of Eight model of Lynn McTaggart. Just comment in the below. I'll put in the description a link towards that group if you're interested. And I do work personally with people, coaching them on changing their habits, focusing mostly on chronic pain, anxiety, and alcohol. I love you dearly. Extremely grateful for you. See you in the next video.